All right, so today we're going to be taking a deep dive into this pretty awesome book called Of Mountains and Seas. And I got to tell you, I think if you like fantasy with like a little something different, this one might just be right up your alley.
Yeah, one of the first things that like totally grabbed me was the setting.
Oh, yeah.
2025 California. So it
Okay.
feels super familiar, right? But then there's this whole hidden world of shifters
Gold.
layered on top of it. So you've got like bustling LA Chinatown, right? But then you've also got these peaceful coastal forests.
Right.
There's even like a secret underwater city.
Oh, wow. Okay, so, I mean, we were talking about fantasy and a little twist. Yeah, this is definitely a twist.
Yeah.
So it's not just, like you said, modern-day California. It's also, like, interwoven with all this ancient Chinese mythology,
Yeah.
which is really, really cool. We're talking like nine-headed snakes,
Right.
the wind god Phaleon,
Huh?
even the Quillin. Have you ever heard of a Quillin?
I love the graph.
It's this mythical dragon horse hybrid.
Yeah, and these creatures aren't just kind of there for like decoration,
Yeah.
They're actually like woven into the fabric of shifter society.
Oh, yeah.
So their powers, their hierarchies, even their prejudices
Interesting.
often stem from these figures. It's like she took those ancient stories and gave them this modern spin.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so we've got this really unique world. Let's talk about the characters.
Yes,
Because, I mean, a book can have a great world, but if the characters aren't there, then who cares?
exactly.
So we meet Davis, and Davis is born into this family that's obsessed with shifter purity. Like, they are all about bloodlines and who's got the strongest powers.
Right.
But Davis, he doesn't have any powers.
No, he doesn't.
So, like, right away, I'm feeling for this guy.
Oh, absolutely.
He's an outsider in his own family.
Yeah.
And it really seems to fuel this desire for acceptance and power.
Totally. And I think the flashbacks
Oh, yeah?
to his childhood, his relationship with his father and his sister, even the memory of his mother, those really add a lot of depth to his character.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he's complicated. And I got to ask, like, is he going to become a straight-up villain? Or is there, like, a chance for redemption?
That's a good question.
And then there's Iris,
Yes, Iris.
who discovers she's a shifter and is just thrown into this whole new world.
Talk about a life-changing moment.
Right. I mean, I would not want to be in her shoes. So her journey's got to be pretty interesting, huh?
It is. It's fascinating. She's kind of caught between the normal life that she knew
Yeah.
and this extraordinary world that she's just beginning to understand.
Yeah.
And the choices that she makes
Yeah.
have huge implications, not just for her personally, but for like the entire shifter world.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we've got some high stakes here. One thing that really got me thinking was how the book explores this idea of power,
Yes.
especially these things called transfer stones.
Oh.
They can actually shift magical abilities between people.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about that?
Like, can you imagine
I know.
the possibilities, but also, like, the abuse?
Oh, for sure.
That could happen.
Yeah. It's like she's holding up this mirror
Yeah.
to our own world and asking, what would you do with that kind of power?
Oh, that's deep.
I know. The transfer stones, they really throw a wrench into everything. Social structures, individual ambitions,
Yeah.
even the ethics of genetic purity. It's a lot.
Okay, so I'm hearing, like, we've got this amazing world, these complex characters.
Yes.
This idea of power that is just, like, ripe for exploration. I'm definitely intrigued. I don't know about you,
Oh, yeah, me too.
but I kind of want to know more about those transfer stones.
Okay, yeah.
Like, how do they even work?
Wow.
Is it like a painful process? Are there risks?
That's the thing. She doesn't just give it all to you right away.
know,
I know you've got to be patient.
Okay.
It's like peeling back the layers of an onion, and with every reveal, the stakes get higher.
Okay, I can handle that.
Mm-hmm.
I like a little mystery.
Yeah.
But are we talking like serious moral dilemmas here?
Oh, for sure. The characters face some really tough choices, and Hawthorne doesn't shy away from the gray areas.
What?
You're constantly questioning who to trust, what's right,
Yeah.
what price people are willing to pay for power.
Wow. Okay, so we've got unique, world-complex characters,
Mm-hmm.
morally ambiguous situations. Anything else you think our listeners should know before they dive in?
Well, let's just say there are a few twists and turns.
Oh, no, you're not going to give me any spoilers, are you?
I won't spoil anything,
Okay, good.
but just know that you're going to be kept guessing until the very end. I was constantly surprised by where the story went.
Okay. All right, so no spoilers, but you've definitely piqued my interest even more. So, folks, if you want a story that blends fantasy,
Yeah.
Social commentary and a dash of mystery of mountains and seas is definitely worth adding to your list. Stay tuned because we're going to delve a little deeper into the themes and the characters.
Yes.
But I'm warning you, no spoilers.
No spoiler.
We're just going to be dropping hints.
That's right.
So stick around.
So one of the things that really makes this book so captivating is how she jumps back and forth,
Oh, yeah.
between the present day
Mm-hmm.
with Iris like navigating this whole new world and then these like pivotal moments from the past.
Yeah, I was going to say those flashbacks
Yeah.
are so well done.
Yeah.
It's like you're getting these glimpses of Davis's childhood and like all the struggles that he went through and the events that really shaped who he is.
Right.
It really makes you wonder, like, was he always destined to go down this dark path?
Right.
Or could things have been different?
It's a good question.
And through those flashbacks, we also learn about like the origins of the transfer stones
Yeah.
and their potential for like both good and evil.
Oh, absolutely.
We see how even people with good intentions
Yeah.
can be corrupted by power,
Yeah.
and how those who crave it often end up losing way more than they gain.
Right.
There's this one scene that really stuck with me.
Okay.
It involves Davis's father, Randall's son, and this really powerful shifter family, the Baines.
Oh, yeah.
Randall gets like kidnapped and threatened.
Oh, yeah.
It's intense.
It is. What's really striking about that scene is how it just exposes the cracks within the shifter community.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the Baines.
Yeah.
They're driven by this belief in shifter purity, and they're willing to go to extremes
Yeah.
to get what they want.
It's like his hatred for statics
Yeah.
and his shame over Davis not having powers.
Right.
They just blind him to everything else that's going on.
It's true. It makes you think about how fear and prejudice can be exploited
Yeah.
to achieve some pretty messed up goals.
Yeah, for sure. And you know those transfer stones we were talking about?
Yeah.
We discovered that Randall has 2 of them,
Oh, wow.
and he's been planning to use them against his enemies.
Oh.
Not just to like transfer power,
Yeah.
but to actually completely strip people of their powers.
That's scary.
It's chilling. So it really makes you think, how far is Davis willing to go
Right.
to get the power that he so desperately craves?
Yeah. Is he going to follow in his father's footsteps,
Yeah.
and use those stones for his own personal gain?
Right.
Or is he going to choose a different path?
It's a good question, and she keeps you guessing the whole time.
She does. You're constantly trying to figure out his motives, and you're wondering, is there any good left in him?
Yeah.
It's what makes him such a compelling character.
Oh, he definitely is. Speaking of compelling, let's talk about that boarding school Iris thinks she's going to.
Hmm.
Things aren't always what they seem, are they?
Let's just say that there's a lot more going on beneath the surface.
Okay, I won't press you for details.
Yeah.
But am I getting like red wedding vibes here?
You might find yourself questioning everything you thought you knew.
Okay, all right. Let's stop there.
Yeah.
And that's really just the tip of the iceberg with this story.
It is.
I mean, we're talking secret underwater cities,
Yes.
a whole cast of new shifters,
Yes.
some good, some not so good, and a conspiracy that basically threatens the entire shifter world.
It's true.
I gotta know, though,
Yeah.
that underwater city, is it as cool as it sounds?
I would say it definitely lives up to the hype.
Okay.
Imagine like a blend of futuristic technology and ancient Chinese architecture,
Wow.
all submerged beneath the waves.
Okay, you're killing me. I gotta read this.
I know you do. You got to experience it for yourself.
So this book, it's more than just action-packed fantasy, right?
Oh, yeah,
There's some real depth here.
definitely. Hawthorne tackles some really big themes, Power prejudice, the struggle for identity. It's a story that really stays with you long after you've finished reading it.
So for our listener, if you're looking for a book that will keep you on the edge of your seat,
Yeah.
make you question everything, and maybe even keep you up way too late reading,
Oh, yeah.
Of Mountains and Seas is calling your name. Stay
Yeah.
tuned, because we're going to dive even deeper.
Yes.
But just a warning, things are going to get really interesting.
That's right.
So, we kept mentioning that ancient text, the classic of Mountains and Seas.
Yeah.
And it seemed like just a cool reference at first.
You're right.
But as the story unfolds, you realize it's so much more than that.
Oh, for sure.
It's like a key to understanding the entire shifter world,
Yeah.
their history, their hidden depths.
Yeah.
You start to see all these connections between the myths and legends,
Right.
and the
Yeah.
text and the powers and the creatures,
Yeah.
even like the social dynamics of the shifters.
It's true.
Like those myths aren't just stories, they're like blueprints.
Yeah.
And I got to say, I kind of geeked out over all the mythological creatures.
Oh,
that
yeah.
come to life in this book.
Yeah.
It felt like a crash course in Chinese mythology,
Right?
but in the most exciting way possible. Did you have a favorite?
Oh, it's so hard to choose.
I know, right?
The nine-headed snake with its water magic is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But I think the Quillen with its fiery aura and its connection to justice, I think that one really captured my imagination.
Oh, yeah. The Creeplin's pretty cool. It makes you wonder if maybe those creatures aren't just symbolic,
Right.
but actually the source of shifter powers.
Whoa.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they're these primal forces that shifters can tap into.
Oh, that's a really cool thought.
And then there's the transfer stones.
Yes.
They become this huge focal point
Yes.
as Davis's quest for power just spirals out of control.
Oh, yeah.
He's manipulating people. He's putting others in danger, all to get his hands on more stones.
Yeah, it's a classic cautionary tale
Right?
about how the desire for power can corrupt even those with good intentions.
It's true.
And as Davis gains more abilities through the transfer stones,
Yeah.
his aura actually becomes unstable.
Oh, wow.
Like he's fracturing under the strain.
So it's almost like he's becoming less human with each transfer.
Right. More monstrous.
And those visions he keeps having,
Yeah.
the burning house,
Uh-huh.
they take on this whole new meaning as the story unfolds.
Totally.
You realize they're not just random visions. They're like warnings echoes
Oh.
of the destruction that he's causing.
Yeah, Hawthorne uses those visions so effectively
Oh, she does.
to create this sense of dread and foreshadowing.
Oh, yeah.
They keep you on edge, wondering what they mean and when that fire is finally going to break out.
And the climax.
Oh, man.
Talk about a showdown.
I know.
Davis, consumed by power on the verge of madness, basically tries to take over the entire Shifter Council.
He does.
But he underestimated one thing,
What's that?
the power of human connection
Yeah,
and the courage to fight for what's right, even when the odds are stacked against you.
that's powerful.
And it's in those moments that you see the true strength of characters like Nivi and Iris,
Vivi.
who seem so timid at first.
Right.
She taps into this incredible power, drawing on her connection to the Quillen and her unwavering belief in justice.
She's amazing.
And Iris, after being manipulated by Davis,
Mm-hmm.
she finds her own strength and fights back.
It's so inspiring.
It's so empowering to see these characters rise to the occasion.
It is.
That final battle is epic.
Oh, it's intense.
You've got shifters transforming magic, flying everywhere,
Yeah.
and this fight for the very soul of the shifter world.
Right.
It's intense, it's action-packed, and you will not be able to put this book down
No, you won't.
until you know how it ends.
You have to see who wins.
But even with all the chaos and destruction,
Yeah.
there's this glimmer of hope.
Uh-huh.
You get the sense that the shifter world, though, forever changed by Davis's actions, is starting to heal.
It is.
And characters like Nivi and Iris, who have faced their own darkness, they give you reason to believe in a brighter future.
They do.
It reminds you that even in the darkest of times, courage, compassion, and believing in something bigger than yourself can make all the difference.
So true.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Of Mountains and Seas,
Yes.
we're left with this thought-provoking question for you.
Okay.
What would you do if you had the power to shift abilities? Would you use it for good, or would you succumb to the allure of power like Davis?
That's a tough one.
It's a question that makes you think about your own values
Yeah.
and the responsibility that comes with any kind of power.
That's what makes this book so special.
Right.
It's more than just a thrilling fantasy. It's a story that sticks with you,
Yeah.
makes you think about the nature of power, the choices we make,
Yeah.
the impact those choices have on the world around us.
So until our next deep dive, keep exploring,
Yes.
keep questioning,
Keep thinking.
and most importantly, keep those pages turning.